we're live, theoretically. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Dalmascian Braves. I'm John, your game master for the evening. I'm joined today by William.
Hi, I'm William, and I'm playing Faustol Darkanen, the Garlean Gunbreaker, who is decidedly not a Manderville man.
Oh, I forgot to update new outfits. Oh, well. I only got one anyways. And also L.
Hi, my name is Al, and I'm playing Rowena Brown, the Midlander dancer.
That never gets old.
Sure. And Andrew.
Hello, I'm Andrew, and I will be playing Mikoko Miko, the Stabby Smallbean, aka Lalafell Red Mage.
And Sam.
I'm Sam. I'm playing Blount Gibson. Fun fact, I wish I had the powerful build that Blunt was born with, as I had to lift and carry many heavy things today, and I'm very tired.
We will not be joined this week by Cody. He is working because gotta make a paycheck. However, Naren will be piloted by the rest of the party, thus I bear all of you viewers as witness if they get Naren killed.
Dibs on left hand.
Can I just say before we go on? Can you imagine?
I'll form the head.
Oh. Can you imagine Rogan and baby toys like a 10-pound teething rattle, like made out of lead?
Rogan and children start off small. They just get big very quickly.
Yeah, because of the weight training. I know.
Fucking barbells. All right.
Yeah.
When last we left off, the Warriors of Light had narrowly survived a band of Kikern pirates, for whom the Echo then revealed that they had been manipulated by some mysterious shadowy figure, as all the Warriors of Light had their first experience with the Echo. The blessing of the light made manifest by giving them glimpses into the past events surrounding certain individuals, seemingly at random. In addition to that, they recovered from the fight that they nearly survived. Mikoko discovered and analyzed a mage masher knife on one of the Kikern pirates. And there were some conversations were had regarding the signs of the Seventh Dawn, and eventually the warriors gathered together to head into the Estersand in order to deal with apparently some very vicious wolves that are attacking a trade route and disrupting some of the trade caravans into the city. And so we pick up with the group as they step out from the east gate of Rabadaster into the Dalmascan Estersand. So many they drop like just a certain number of letters off of all the words, and I want to say one thing and it's the other thing.
Well, it's the Astersands as opposed to the Westersands.
Yes, as opposed to the Giza Plains to the south.
I thought this said waste.
Yeah,
Westersand.
I was thinking about making that joke.
Westersand. It's literally Westersand without the W. But you step out into a rolling, sandy, hilly plain. The Easter Sand is a mostly declining, sandy series of ridges and cliffs that spreads out before you, and off in the distance, on the horizon, on the other side of the Estersand, you can just begin to see greenery towards the far end of it, and at a brief glance, you imagine that it would probably take you all day to get there. If you were so inclined to head out past the Estersands. But your quarry lies somewhere within this hilly and rocky, sandy area that spreads out before you.
I've just realized that this is simply a journey to the Est.
Go Est, young man. Go Est.
So, what you doing?
We're hunting wolves, correct?
What you doing?
You are indeed hunting wolves.
I'm going to
suppose
try
look for
and
wolf
whistle.
sign.
Say wolf whistle.
Yeah, I'm just going to try and whistle as if I was trying to call a dog.
So yeah,
Sure.
you are over in this direction. Go ahead and
Oh, wow.
give me a performance check for your dog whistle.
8.
Rowena whistles. You all hear it.
Well, I suppose there aren't any wolves around here. Let's go back.
The Westersands are up that way. And these are the Giza Plains.
Faust will actually look for any form of wolf sign, though this is going to be an awful roll for him.
Sure, give me a survival check.
That's what I thought. 14, hey.
14. Hey.
With my -1.
Yeah. So while Rowena gives up immediately, Faust begins actually looking around. Someone could probably give a survival check from Naren as well.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Yeah, with the person with the wisdom score. There we go.
13 for Naren.
17. So Faust and Naren begin sort of looking around, trying to determine where were the likeliest place for these attacks being. And you both recall that you were told basically where they were happening, which is along the trade route. So you sort of look around, and there is a very clear and defined road through the sands. It's not that it's laid with anything other than sand, but it's been worn through enough that there is this sort of flattened area through the dunes that you can see going away from the city. And you imagine it'd be somewhere down there, probably where it gets more rocky, where there's sort of an overlooking ridge of some kind.
We may have found something. Come along. And he will guide them towards what we found.
Yeah. You follow down. You follow the trail, the path, the road east, for a few minutes, before you eventually come to what you can very swiftly, with your rolls, determine to be at least one of the sites of the attacks. Mainly because there is a broken carriage off to the side next to a pile of rocks.
That's quite powerful for a pack of wolves attacking a caravan.
Yes, this is all very tragic, but yes, no wolves here. As I said, let's return.
As Rowena espouses her objections, you do hear the sound of something moving on the rocks nearby.
Faust looks around to see if he spots anything on the rocks.
You look.
It's just the wind.
You look up and very easily spot a pair of sabotinders. Sabotinders are humanoid cactuses related to cactuar, but not as terrifying in visage. These sort of vaguely lumpy humanoid cactuses with many needles and a pair of large sort of beady black eyes are just sort of looking down at you with their heads cocked like they're looking at something interesting. It strikes you as odd, primarily Naren it strikes as odd, and he does voice this as typically sabotinders are on the sand, not on the rocks.
How we entered into a ravine area? Is that what you said?
You're still on the path. It's just that there are just some boulders on either side of the path, basically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They're just hanging out on the boulders themselves.
Yes.
Are they grouped up, or are they on either side of the path?
There's a pair of them on this one boulder overlooking the wagon.
Okay.
And they're just sort of looking down at you.
Are they cool? Are we good?
Typically, sabotinders will leave you alone if you don't bother them. Except the ones with flowers. They tend to be more aggressive.
Do these have flowers?
No, these do not have flowers.
Okay. I give a small wave.
They both raise their left hands up as if they're going to wave. Then they extend their right arms out and point them down, forming sort of a double L or like a half constructed H, and just tilt to the side.
Neat.
Which is the pose that sabotenders make with their arms.
Yep.
That's about as far as they can go.
It seems to be some sort of greeting.
Go away. We're looking for wolves, apparently.
Well, hang on. Maybe we asked them nicely. Do you know any wolves?
They both nod.
Are they close?
They both point, and they sort of point up a hill from the road, where you can see sort of more rocky protrusions and also a high ridge that overlooks the road.
Oh, God, I'm talking to a houseplant.
Well, you're not talking to anyone.
Just sticks her nose up and turns back.
Narn goes, most houseplants can talk if you know how to listen.
Huh.
Nonetheless, if they've seen the wolves nearby, we should check that ridge, Faust says as he starts walking up the ridge.
They do the
Thank you.
They do the weird pose wave thing. So,
Hold on. I do the weird pose thing back.
they seem to appreciate it. You head up the ridge. Go ahead. No?
If I get close to them, I'm going to, quote, accidentally kick some dust at them.
They are on a
They're up a rock. You'd have to be very
that's what I mean. It's like
nonchalantly climbing a boulder.
that's what I mean. I wasn't sure exactly how we were moving.
Yeah, they're on a rock that's taller than you. So
yeah,
you're not going to get too close to them.
Are we walking past the wagon?
Yes.
On the way to the...
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to take a gander in the wagon, see what actually broke.
Sure. Give me either a perception or investigation check, one of the two.
Oh, you sure I can't just roll athletics?
How would you athletics an investigation of this kind?
Well, it's just
Lifting.
most of the other bonuses are real low.
I would like to investigate the
sure, if you want
the thing as well.
I got a 2.
Yeah, with that 2 Blount, it broke.
Oh, this wagon's best up.
10. Hey,
with a 10,
rolling perfectly average.
With
Look
a 10,
how broke this wagon is.
Faust, if you were inspecting this wagon and to make a report, you would say that this wagon was destroyed by something very large, probably like a Magitech Colossus or something, just sort of stepping on it. Is what you would determine.
This seems much worse than wolves. This seems to have been crushed by something very large.
A big wolf.
I would be very concerned if the wolf were that large.
Well, maybe that's why we're getting sent out here.
Probably, yes. Which means we should be on our guard.
I've never fought a big wolf before.
Andrew? Does Mikoko have anything to add?
No, she is deliberately keeping quiet and sticking close to Faust's heels.
All right. So, you head up this hill towards this ridge, and as you get there, you notice more and more of these sabotenders standing on top of boulders that are very high and difficult to get up to.
They're all getting small waves.
They all wave back. You get the feeling as you approach and get this sort of an uneasiness in the air as you get closer to this ridge. There's just you get the feeling of something being off. And it might have to do with the fact that these sabotenders are, all standing on rocks rather than on the sand.
Can I jump up to one of the boulders and see if I can't get a better look at what's going on around?
Well, first.
Ooh.
So as you approach this ridge line, You can see there's sort of like the ridge is broken in several places where you can more easily get up to it, where there's a more slightly incline. But as you get close to it, you see a number of wolves beginning to crowd around the edges of this ridgeline. The Saboteurs don't wear clothes. They're just humanoid cactuses. They're dressed in needles and as nature dictates. You notice a pack of wolves sort of gathering at the top of the ridge that are growling and with their hackles raised, basically as you approach. Yes.
We seem to have found our quarry.
And then from behind them, you see two much larger wolves. These wolves look much more menacing, first of all, but also there's sort of a dark, smoky aura emanating off of them, and their eyes are glowing red. So go ahead and arrange yourselves however you might have been. Don't go any farther than these two boulders.
Okay.
Okay.
Or this line that I've made here, basically.
Hmm. 9 hit points seems really low for second level, but did he roll before he left?
Let me check.
He's supposed to have 15.
Yes,
Okay.
he should.
His bar isn't synced.
What do you mean? I have 10.
No, his bar is not synced.
Oh, my mistake. Yes, 9 is perfectly adequate.
There we go.
10 is way too much.
Yeah. Oof.
I don't know why his bar wasn't synced, but it is now.
Me over here with my 24.
Hey, I got 23. All right. This is the best I've ever rolled.
Good. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and get some initiative going.
Oh, I'm definitely going to click on my token first and then on initiative. Booyah!
Right, I should do the...
We're doing THACO rules on initiative, right?
No.
Uh-oh, can we though?
Fart.
I'll roll for Naren.
Natural 1 is still faster than Blount.
Naren is probably going first.
Wow.
Right, I need to...
That's a 1 for you?
Yes. I have 18 dexterity.
Oh, Rowena, what did you roll?
A 3.
Okay.
When they have the tiebreaker on, you can see what their dex is, so you can assume what
Oh, there it is.
they rolled. Because the tiebreaker number is your dex score.
See, that is fun. Yeah.
There we go. So we've got those.
I think mine's just going to be
And
low
those.
enough that it's not going to matter. Oh, yeah. Also because I'll be dead, so that's not a big deal.
Yeah, I don't have to outrun the wolves. I just have to outrun you guys.
That will not be tough.
And then you'll have to outrun the wolves.
Well, presumably the wolves will be slower when they're full of meat.
I mean, yeah, Makoko's probably just like a one-bite snack.
No, Makoko's large enough that it'd be at least 3, depending on how many wolves.
What about the
Depending
dire
on-
wolf?
Yeah, depending
How
on the
many-
size of the wolf.
I mean, yeah,
Mikoko
the bigger wolves definitely would have an easier time.
The bigger wolves are going to play a Mr. Owl Tootsie Pop thing. And it's not going to be pretty.
And the answer is going to be 4.
All right. Let me pull up my character sheets here. Yeah, these are some of the ones that, like, wolves and dire wolves were the ones that's like, I don't actually have to change these at all because that's just how they are in Final Fantasy.
So the wolves aren't giving off that aura, it's just the dire wolves?
It's just the big ones that are giving off that aura.
Okay. Like the rat captain.
Yeah. Very similar to the Q-Kern. All right, so it's Naren's turn first.
I feel like the appropriate answer, and someone can argue with me if they disagree, but I believe the appropriate answer is to pray and wait and probably hold an action to stone fist if an enemy gets too close.
What's
That
the
sounds
range
right
on
to me.
Stonefist?
30 feet.
30
If he uses that prayer, if he uses that confession
yeah,
charge,
30
yeah.
feet if you use confession.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise, it's a touch spell.
Oh yeah, prayer is an actual action, not just like, oh god.
For white mages, it is. For everyone else, it's just
So-
oh god.
Bonus action, pray. Oh, and that's limit. Yeah, also limit break at the end of the turn.
I would-
Probably step up just a little bit because we're probably going to be moving forward.
yeah, I would say
Yeah, that
here.
tracks.
Maybe.
Yeah,
or
that seems
here.
fair.
Yeah.
And then hold action for stone fist with the prayer if need be.
Yep. So once they reach that the edge of the boulder.
Yeah.
All right.
How high up are those boulders?
They're about 20 feet tall.
Oh, cool.
Actually, they're about 10 feet tall. 10 feet tall, yeah.
Now, do I remember anything about sabotenders and cactars in general?
You remember cactars are murderous. Are not murderous, but cactars want to be left alone and will kill you if you don't leave them alone. You don't remember. You never really interacted much with sabotenders.
Mm-hmm. Are they sort of rumored to be generally more sociable?
Sabotenders are they are more sociable, but they're also like weaker than cactars. They're like lower down on the species chain.
As far as I'm concerned, we're great friends, and they'll protect me with their lives because they waved.
You're pretty certain they're staying up on the boulders for their own protection. So, all right. So Narn has gone already, which means now it's.
Do I know anything about
the wolf's turn.
Might I be remotely familiar with the needle attacks of sabotenders or cactars?
You know that they attack. You know that the cactus people are known for attacking with needles. You do not know how powerful they might be. It might or might not be.
Or how they might work as like potential area of effect or anything?
No.
All right.
You just know stay away from cactars. Sabotenders, you have less information on.
Yeah.
Because no one... And the reason for this is because very few people come back from messing with cactars. All right.
Yeah, Mikoko has given them a wide berth in her history.
Alamigo's known for their cactars, too. Mikoko and Narin are probably the two people that know the most about cactars and sabotenders. So if you'd like, you can make a reflexive nature roll, Mikoko.
Sure.
Big one from Darren as well.
18.
Wow.
So yeah,
13 from
Mikoko,
Darren.
you know that sabotenders do not, at least these sabotenders do not have anything that approaches the 1,000. You know that cactars are known for their ability of 1,000 needles, which are that they shoot 1,000 needles at you at once, which tends to kill people. Sabotenders are not known for having that sort of an ability. At least not the normal sabotenders. There might be sabotenders that have those, but they're not like the base level sabotender, which are what these are. You're pretty certain.
Yeah, so what we're looking at here is the common or garden variety.
Yes, these are the challenge rating one half sabotenders.
Latin name Sabotender vulgaris.
Actually, sabotender ballerina and sabotender. There's another sabotender variant. Those are the ones that are more dangerous. But anyways,
Sabotender Baylor this is the one that just eats you.
yeah, there's Baylor. There's Baylor. There's actually is like Baelior and Baeliorina are the two other variants. Anyways, the wolves' turn. So, 40, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40.
Punch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one gets a fist.
That one gets fisted.
Yeah, I want to take that one again.
No?
Here
Don't
comes the giant fist.
It's his wisdom and dex mod are the same, so I'm going to assume that he just did this his way because he uses the dagger for the attack roll. 10.
A 10 misses.
Yep.
5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40. Bada bang. Bada bang. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So these wolves just come pouring out from the hill towards you. Weirdly coordinated. Like, Faust, this is a charge formation you're not used to seeing in what you would consider wild animals. As they approach, and it was begun with what you could hear as a small growl or howl from the dire wolves as they just sort of in unison charge down the hill towards you. Faust.
So Faust, seeing this and getting into strategy mode, looks over and just Blauens, hold the left side, keep them steady. Mikoko, form up behind me. We need firepower. We need to burn these out before the larger ones come up. And he will run up this way.
Oh, okay. We're really...
Because they've moved. The dire wolves are the only ones next to go, so he's going to take the right side and be an impediment to the one on the right coming down. And attack this one. 20 to hit.
20 hits.
11 slashing.
It's dead.
Good.
Well, there is that, at least.
We have a range on these wolves.
We just write those numbers down.
So you can hit them somewhere between a 10 and a 20.
Yeah.
I'm more talking about the fact that 11 damage was enough to kill them.
Well, yeah. Anything else on your turn?
The dire wolves are out of range for a taunt, so no.
Okay. It's a
And then
dire.
my turn ends and I get a limit charge.
Dire wolves' turn. Yep. The dire wolves let out a much louder howl. And as they do, you can see yet more wolves appear on the ridge.
From where are these wolves appearing?
They seem to be coming from beyond your sight, like from just beyond your sight over the ridge, like they're being called from a different area.
Okay.
As you see, there's roughly 10 more wolves now up there that the dire wolves have called. And with that, 5.
Translating Faust into game speak. Clear the ads.
Ah, you're coming closer. Good, good.
Oh, you're approaching me.
Oh, you're approaching me. So they use their action to summon more wolves, and they're going to use their bonus. They're going to move and then use their bonus action to command wolves. So they utter some more of those low growls and howls that aren't nearly as loud as the one that summoned more wolves, and all the wolves on the ridge charge too.
You know,
Oh, good.
nothing
Perfect
much.
formation for that burning hands that I requested.
Yeah, I'm gonna need the burning hands template.
Oh. You ever play what is it, checkers, and all your pieces are all stopped up together and you can't move anything?
All right. That's their turn. Mikoko.
Right. So if I could get that burning hands template,
Hang
that'd
on.
be great.
Cone.
Because I want to figure out where I can put that before I move anywhere.
15-foot cone, right?
Yep.
I'll toss you up on the rock if you want to wait.
Here's a...
I don't want to get close to the Septenders.
Well, that's all right. You just target them as well. It'll be
Yeah, see?
fine.
That's a cube more than a cone.
That's a cone. It's just a 90-degree cone rather than a 45-degree cone.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Which I think is 15 right now. Or is it?
There was a
Oh, no, it's
triangular one that
25.
could be.
Yeah, no. There's a.
Yeah.
I have both a 45-degree cone and a 90-degree cone. This is the 90-degree.
You're also snapping to edge instead of.
That's
solid.
20 foot.
It's
Well, it's 15 from the.
there we go.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, 15.
Yeah, okay.
That's 15.
So there's the. There is the 90-degree cone. If you'd like the 45-degree cone, I can also get that one.
Let's see here. I mean, if I pack myself there, I can get 7 of them.
Yeah, the
It's
Oh.
hard to.
Yeah, that's the one
that's the 45-degree
used
cone.
previously.
The fire just looks meaner at an angle.
It's the same number of spaces. It's just
Yeah.
Well, it's like eyebrows. They look meaner at an angle.
They do look meaner at an angle. Oh, man.
hmm.
The greatest description of eyebrows I heard was 2 angry caterpillars
that's-
wrestling for
yeah,
control
that's
of a
correct.
nose.
Well,
Yeah.
you know what? Yeah, I think Mikoko will just move.
there. You can control the other one
5,
now.
10. Oh, brilliant. Thank you. So let's dial that back. Sorry.
Ooh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's also 7.
Mhm.
And
What
Also
about from the angle position next to Faust, like from right here-ish? How many would that aim?
so from there,
I think you might get one less, actually.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, you still get exactly
Hang
7,
on,
actually.
Hang on, that's too big, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it is by 1 space.
There we go.
Yeah,
There you
there
go.
we go. Yeah, that gets less.
There we go. That's it.
Yeah, now they're both the same, both the right size. So if I do that, then that gets me 7, which may very well be the best pick, I think. Yes, I will do that. So Mikoko is going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And drop a Burning Hands right there. I'll spend a flare point to do that as a bonus action.
Okay. So they're gonna all need to make dex saves.
Yes, they will, and they die if they fail.
$19, 10, 8, 8, 13, 10, 9.
So one
all but
succeeds.
1 success.
Well, there was a 19, wasn't there?
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
that was a success.
That was the 1
And
success.
Okay.
that one takes 6.
Oh, that's the damage.
Very
not
nice.
the
That
DC.
one. That one. That one. That one. That one. There's just a series of high-pitched squeaks and flame as several wolves just go down.
Are we playing pile-in rules a la Warhammer?
No?
What?
I got that reference, but no.
Thank you.
And before Mikoko disconnects the focus from the Hildefer rapier, another bolt of ether streaks out, and I jolt the one that's saved.
All right.
24 to hit.
Yep.
Got him.
Did 12 damage to that one anyways. Just
Yep.
It took an extra action. An extra bonus.
Faust looks down. Very good. Now take cover.
Mikoko seems a vastly different individual compared to about 5 minutes ago, as rather than retreat, she simply pops the crystal out and flips the rapier back into her hand to stand beside you. It's my turn. My limit break gauge goes up.
Rowena.
I'm going to cast Shield of Faith as a bonus action, which takes 10 feet of movement because Dancer.
I would ask on whom, but really the only answer is on yourself.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know the answer to that. Come on now.
Yeah. And then I will run behind Faust for cover and fire a chakram at the closest wolf.
Hang on. I installed new tokens. Why aren't they here? Hang on.
Oh. Speaking of pile-in rules, wiping out a large force like that, the best dismissive thing to say to someone after you've made them take an entire unit off the table. Take your toys off the table, mate.
That's if you want to be a dick.
Oh,
Yeah.
pile in. I heard pylon.
Oh, yeah. Take your toys off the table. Oh, it's good.
You want to be a dick to your opponent. Orc players never want to be a dick to their opponent. They're just there to have fun.
Yeah.
That is a lie.
Oh.
I'm just waiting to see if I'm clear to make this attack, or are we still waiting on tokens?
You're fine.
Okay.
You're fine. No, that's something I was dealing with in the background.
Personally, on a deep and emotional level.
Yeah.
17.
17 hits. Which one are you attacking?
So we know it has to be
This
lower
one
than
in the front here.
Yeah.
So that's 8 points, and I get a flourish out of it, so it's an extra d6.
Oh.
Nice.
Because I don't need advantage if there's another enemy in 5 feet.
in 5 feet of the enemy you hit.
Yep.
That's neat.
Yeah, it's like
Right,
it's a
it's
variation
sneak
of pack
attack.
tactics. Oh yeah, it's sneak attack. Why did I think it was pack tactics?
So how much damage did you do total?
13.
13.
Okay, it's down.
And as I throw it, you can see a little bit of pink light on it, and it comes back to my hand because I can do that now. Haha.
All right. That makes it Blount's turn, I believe.
Blount got told to hold the left of the line.
While everyone else piled right.
While everyone else destroyed the right half, so what is there to do but to ignore what people tell me?
Okay, jump on the big guy.
Go here for 15. Oh, talk to me about this this rock right here.
Mm-hmm.
This one.
Yeah.
Can I be there?
No, you can't be there.
Okay.
That's why there's a hole there where the wolves are, yeah.
Oh yeah, alright. Well, that ruins that plan. I guess we'll just have to do it in turns then. I will jump onto the wolf. This one right here. And fall off him. Well, after this happens, please make a DC 14 dex save.
Uh, 10.
Fail. Take 11 points of stomping damage.
Dead.
Technically slashing. Piercing, it should
Piercing,
be.
yeah.
And I fall off 5 feet of my choice, so I choose to fall right here. And that is it for little old me.
All right. All right, that makes it Naren's turn.
Yes. So Naren
But don't
is
forget to up your limit
charged
breaks,
with
Rowena and Blount.
Oh yeah, I
Shield
have
of
to do it on
Faith.
the token.
I did, but yeah, it's not linked to the thing.
Yeah, because I can't link it
Yeah.
to that resource.
Makes sense.
So Naren, I feel, will probably. I feel like bonus action Shield of Faith on Blount, and then take cover on the opposite side of the. Take cover on the opposite side of the boulder.
Yeah, works for me.
Yeah.
So he can avoid being in the middle of being attacked.
You thinking here, or are you thinking over on the south side?
I was thinking like over on the do the thing that he did with the Keycurn fight and just sort of get around cover.
I like it. Yeah.
So yeah, Shield of Faith on Blount, so you get +2 to your AC.
Oh, excellent.
Since you're the one that's staring down most of the small wolves.
Yeah. Let's see. Just modify this. Oh, face.
That's. Is it 2 spell points for a first little spell?
Because I have 2 left.
Shouldn't you have more than that at level 2?
Nope.
You
I had
get
6. I started this combat with 4 because I cast.
Oh, right.
At the end of
You
last
cast
session.
Mage Armor. That's right. That's right. And yeah, that'll be Naren's turn. He'll build up his second limit charge.
Okay. So he didn't do any attacks. He just prayed and hid.
Shield of Faith.
He Shield of Faith and hid because
Oh.
prayer takes a bonus action,
Right.
and so does Shield of Faith, and he doesn't have any attack spells that are not Stone Fist. So
Right. I was looking for a thing for Shield of Faith.
I mean, you literally have a shield token that is like a plus sign shield on your tokens list.
There we
Yeah,
go.
I'm.
There we go. Shield of Faith. For the 2 characters that have it. Oh, right. I'm going to have to refresh this one so that they can see it. Boom. Okay. That makes it wolves.
I
turn.
can't see it. Huh.
I can't see anything.
Yeah, you
I
want to.
can't move my.
You might want to refresh.
Probably.
All right, reloading.
Yeah. Determining scale sizes. What does that even mean?
It's determining the sizes of scales.
Opening planar
Reticulating
transport.
splines.
Sometimes,
Yeah, you better unreticulate those splines right now.
yeah, I mean, sometimes you need to have sometimes you need to have a scale that's the size of a normal scale, and sometimes you need one that's the size of a truck.
Oh no. Roll 20, please. Please. I love you so much.
Roll 20 plus.
Thank you.
All right, it's the wolf's turn.
There we go.
Know this, wolves. God himself could not kill me.
1, 2, 3, 4.
What's the thing? It's, do you think God hides in heaven out of fear of what he's created?
Yeah,
Yep.
that's.
Hell of a line and a hell of a source.
It was an
Yep.
alright movie.
25.
It's like the face God and walk backwards into hell.
Yeah. Okay, Jod.
No. We're just gonna hide that one. Boom, boom, boom.
Was that your initiative tracking token? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's not like a Shakespeare quote or anything. It's just a drill tweet.
All right. So there are 4 wolves attacking Blount.
Yeah, sure.
They have advantage because they have allies next to you.
Some people think that this would put me at a disadvantage, but now I don't even have to aim.
Does a 15 hit you?
It does not.
Does a 23 hit you?
Well, it just hits me.
A 14 misses you, and a 13
Yes, it
misses
does.
you. So only one of them hits you.
Yes, yeah, see? I'm fine.
Shield of Faith.
You take 8 piercing damage.
Good.
Oh, the Shield of Faith is on Blount, not on Narn. I see.
Yeah.
Yep. 8 piercing, you said?
8 piercing, I need you to make a strength save.
Ooh, I'm good at that.
You're good.
Ooh.
And Mikoko, you've got 5 attacks coming at you.
Hi.
Does a 19 hit you?
Yes.
Oh, this
Does
is
a
Swarm of
f-
Rats
does a
all over
14
again.
hit you?
No.
A 10 misses, an 8 misses, and a 7 misses.
Mhm.
You also only get 1 hit.
So you take 8 points of piercing damage. I need you to make a strength saving
Owie.
throw.
Oh boy, I'm bad at these. I mean, I'm not bad at them, I'm just not good at them. 12?
Good enough. You're fine.
Hey!
Ooh.
Faust.
So I will action take a swing at this wolf that is directly adjacent to me. $25 for 5 slashing. Wow, that was minimum damage. You know what? I'm going to expend one of my charges on that because this guy needs to die. I will use my burst strike. They need to make a Constitution saving throw. It doesn't matter, they're dead.
Rolled an 18.
They're not pushed 10 feet away from me, but they're dead.
Oh, it's the 10? There's an extra d10 of damage?
Yeah, extra d10 of thunder damage.
Okay.
I mean, they're not pushed away from you in one piece.
Anything else in your turn?
And then I will bonus action taunt that dire wolf.
Okay. Dire Wolf's turn. That one will move forward towards you.
Well, it needs to make a wisdom save.
Oh, right. Wisdom save. They're good at those. Failed.
Sorry, it's a charisma save.
Oh.
I don't know if that changes it.
2 less.
Good. It's taunted.
This one comes up to you
Charge.
and attacks. Has advantage because there's another wolf next to you. Does a 16 hit you?
Nope.
All right, it misses. The other one howls again. And this time you can see that the wolves weren't actually coming from somewhere else, as 5 more wolves, as dark smoke erupts from the ground around the dire wolf, and 5 wolves just materialize out of seemingly nowhere.
Ooh.
And it issues another command. They both issue commands as bonus actions. So the wolves all approach and attack.
Hooray.
Blount, you have 4 more attacks coming at you.
I've never been happier about only having 4 attacks.
Does a 23 hit you?
Yeah.
Does a 20 hit you?
Yeah.
A natural 20 hits you then.
It might.
And a 14.
That does not.
All right. So you take 6 piercing, and I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Okay. Have one of those.
You are knocked prone.
Cool.
While you're prone, you take another 6 piercing, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, okay.
All right. You managed to keep yourself from bleeding. That's 12
Nice.
damage total you've taken so far.
Right.
And then 7 plus 5 is
I'm not going to help you.
12. And
You
you should make
figured
another
out.
Constitution saving throw.
And if I don't?
I mean, you fail, so now you're bleeding.
Okay.
So every round that you're bleeding, you'll take 1d3 points of damage until
How
you
much
stop the bleeding.
damage did I take? How much damage did I take right there?
So that's another
That
12.
last
Another
one?
12 damage. Yeah.
That was 12. Okay.
So you drop to 0, but your echo activates.
Right. So hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
When I drop to 0, I'm dead. I stop bleeding.
But you don't
And
you don't
then I come back?
actually drop to 0. You drop to 1 because of the echo.
I mean, the echo is optional.
Oh, yeah.
That's fair. You can choose to not drop to 1 if you would rather the bleeding stopped.
So does the bleeding happen at the end of his turn or at the start of his turn?
And,
Yeah, because I'm
sorry,
dead
it should
anyway.
be at the end of your turn. Yeah. Actually, no. It's at the start.
Okay.
It's at the start of your turn, but you can use an action to stop the bleeding. So
Wait,
Except he's
so-
going to die because he's
so
going
I'm
to be at
gonna
1
die
hit points
anyway,
and
it
then
doesn't
bleed.
matter.
yeah, it's true. You're
Yeah,
gonna die anyway.
Like, using the echo is pointless here.
Yeah, so I don't care. I go to 0. Yeah.
Alright, so you go to
Okay.
0. You don't use the echo and go to 0.
Well, I mean, you know.
All right, Mikoko, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 coming at you. Rowena, you've got 3 coming at you, and Faust, you've got 2 coming at you.
Oh boy, TPK on session 3, huh?
Do I lose Shield of Faith if I die?
Ages
No,
of
you
stars.
only lose Shield of Faith if Narin dies.
Interesting. So you could cast Shield of Faith on like an object then.
Mm,
I think it has to be a creature, but yeah.
Mikoko, does an 18 hit you?
yes.
A 21 hits you. A 14
No.
and a 21. So 3 hits on you.
Oh boy.
6 piercing.
Mm-hmm.
Then need a strength saving throw.
You think it's
Yeah,
because
no.
I taunted God earlier?
All right, so you're knocked prone.
Mhm.
4 piercing, and I need a con save.
I'm down.
All right, so you don't worry about the con save then.
Mm.
And
We could roll up a troop of dancers next round. That could be fun.
and the last one's going to actually redirect its attack to Faust, because you are not a threat at the moment. So a 21 to hit Faust.
Yes. I'm annoyed that you're not going to re-roll that, but okay.
9 piercing damage to you. And I need a strength save. Don't worry, I'm going to roll fresh ones for you from the other 2.
Ooh, what about ninjas?
You're
That would be
good.
fun.
All right.
Blue mages that went crazy in the desert sun, so they're just trying to hit each other with whatever they can think of to see if it sticks.
All right.
Oh,
So
I like that.
a 15 to hit you, Faust,
Nope.
and a 14 to hit you.
Nope.
All right. And 3 on Rowena. So we've got a natural 20,
Oh, yeah.
a natural 1, and a natural 20.
The one probably still hits me, but wouldn't surprise me, but no.
No, the
Okay.
natural 1 does not hit you, but the 2 natural 20s do. That's a little premature.
I mean,
Ooh, that's a good
given
roll,
how
though.
Blount and Mikoko just got dumpstered, I am inclined to agree with Elle here. And I'm not particularly enthused about that.
You're going to be fine.
Do you have one of those macros? Can you paste that in live chat for me?
All right, so 6 piercing damage from the first crit, Rowena.
Okay, so that's over half.
Wow. Holy
yeah.
shit.
Can't believe they died to 12 wolves. What the fuck?
Well, a little bit more than 12.
Oh, I'm sorry. You blew up like 10 of them in the first round.
No,
that did
no.
nothing to change
I
the course
jumped
of the
on
combat.
one and then got dogpiled. This is a garbage roll. The 7's not bad, though.
All right, 4 damage from the reason I was saying wow is because they rolled minimum damage. 4 damage on the second crit.
That's still enough.
Yeah.
Still
Yeah,
recalling.
Down I
Recalling
go.
Rowena's hit points.
Got 2 6s. That's dope.
All right.
Taking that 17.
Mikoko.
One success.
All right.
Does my limit break gauge go up?
I don't remember. Does
Fighting
it go
for your life. Fighting for your
up?
life.
Does it go up? Let me look at. I forget what I wrote for the rules.
I think if anything, it would clear out.
At the end of each of your turns in combat.
Yeah,
You're
limit break
still
still
in
goes up.
combat.
Limit break still goes. Yeah,
Cool.
you're not dead, so your limit break still goes up.
It's now at 2.
Because like limit break still goes up in Final Fantasy too, so long as you're not dead. You do still have you do still have a Phoenix down. I don't know who has it.
Wait,
though.
why didn't you use your echo? Or did you use your echo and then get knocked
It wouldn't
down
have
again?
mattered because
You had bleed as well?
No, there was another
Had
one
it
coming
up-
in. Yeah.
I had
Oh,
another
okay.
attack coming at me.
Yeah.
That's fine. Wait, doesn't that well, we're not gonna
Also, there was probably a chance I would have been subject to bleeding as well, and my constitution save isn't great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rowena.
Yep. Death save throw, I guess. And which is this one.
I really like the look
That
of
is
these blue
A2.
mages. These blue mages do look really fun.
Blount.
They get like summon monsters and stuff. Gonna wiggle around on the ground. Yeah.
All right.
As a
Narin.
bonus action, I'm gonna curse God in my head.
All right. So Narin needs to.
Actually,
That's
hang on.
probably
Sorry,
a
before
blue
Narin
axe.
goes, there's something that happens at initiative 20.
Of course.
Cactus men, hear my cry.
The Sabotenders, seeing Blount, who befriended them earlier, go down, attack.
Yes.
Blount is riddled with needles.
Auto fail 2 death saves.
And then this Sabatender just looks at the other guy and is like, Gary, what the fuck? We talked about this.
So the Sabotenders use their Needle Volley ability. Each Sabotender makes 1d6 needle attacks. So we've got 3 that are in range right now. Technically 4, because that one can hit the dire wolf. First one's doing 2. Second one's doing 5. Third one's doing 2. Fourth one's doing 2. We'll say this one's the one that's getting the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, all 5 of those hit. 19, 21, 20, 23, 13.
The numbers, Mason. What do
You
they
sound
mean?
surprised. These are wolves.
Well, I'm surprised at the roll because Sabotenders only
Ah.
have a. I mean, I guess they have a +5, so yeah.
They're driven
I mean-
by their love for me.
And to be fair, wolves have killed at least 3 of us.
No, we're not dead
Yeah.
yet.
Not
I'm about to say
bad.
their attack bonus is only 1 less than mine with my longsword.
Mm.
Hmm.
So that Sabotender by itself. Kills those 3.
Good.
Alright, that one gets 2 attacks. Hit. Only kills 1. Rolled poorly. That one rolls. Hit. I'm just rolling really well for the Sabotenders, which is the thing that I'm surprised at. And that one. Hit.
I think in retrospect, I'm glad Rowena is unconscious because then she'd learn to expect just being saved from somewhere else and not having to try.
All right.
Oh, Miko go
So
very different.
a volley of needles rained down, taking out a number of the wolves, and some of them hitting one of the dire wolves as well. Narin.
And the direwolf is what, knocked unconscious?
No, the dire wolf just took some needles.
Okay, so Mikoko is surrounded, but that also is relevant because Mikoko is more likely to take a lethal number of. No, they've been switching their attacks to people who are a threat, whereas Blauant is less likely to get knocked out again upon being healed because there's only 2 people on him.
Yeah, it's true. And with Shield of Faith still up.
His defense is not bad.
Oh,
yeah,
that'd be nice.
So prayer and then
Cure wounds from a distance.
Cure wounds.
Yeah. So yeah, prayer, and then spend that confession for a 30-foot range cure wounds on Blauant. Bam, 11 healing.
Okay. Ugh.
There are 2 dead wolves filled with needles next to you.
Stare up admiringly at my cactus friends.
Guess he's still on the ground.
He's actually, you know what? He can hold on to that prayer point and just walk up to do it because that'll take some of the attention off and sort of make it less likely that Blauant will get 2 attacks, but still keep Blauant as cover from the big one.
Oh, I'll finally get to use my global attack modifier.
All right. So that makes it the wolves' turn. 1 attack on Blount, 1 attack on Narin.
Good, yes.
An 8 and a 13. Does a 13 hit Narin?
No, it does not.
It does not? Are you sure?
It does not. His AC is 15.
Okay. His token's AC says it's 13. Oh, that's because it's on the wrong AC.
It doesn't.
Yeah, no, he's. Oh, hang on.
He's got a scaled body.
I'm looking at the wrong token. That's the problem.
You were looking at the wolf's AC.
There was a wolf underneath him. Yeah.
Oh, we found the magic number.
All right.
Wow, that was in between 10 and 17.
It was. All right, so both of those miss. Faust. The wolves spin around. And yeah, as they attack, you can definitely sense there's a level of intelligence to these wolves as to why they're focusing on you rather than the 2 that are down.
Mm-hmm.
What's your AC, Faust?
18.
Miss, hit, miss, 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 miss. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only 1 hit. It was a crit, but that's the only one that hit.
Yep.
For 10 piercing damage.
Okay. And then I'm assuming a strength save.
Yeah, strength save.
12.
You keep standing. Faust.
Faust has a pile of wolves standing on him. Just covering himself with his shield. He will take a swing at the dire wolf.
Probably a good idea.
Because they keep summoning wolves, so I need to kill them so they'll stop doing that and stop commanding them as well. $19
hits
for 11 slashing, and I'm gonna fire off my burst strike again for 3 more thunder damage, so 14 damage, and he needs to make a strength save or Constitution save. Keep forgetting it's con save because it's a push, which is usually
12.
a strength save. That is, let me check. I believe that's a failure. That is in fact a failure. He is pushed 10 feet away from me. which would have been much cooler if there was something to shove him into. But
Yeah.
to prevent him from summoning more wolves, though, I'm going to taunt him again.
Okay.
That's a charisma save.
Natural 20 makes it an 18.
I think that's still a success.
It's okay though because they're out of summons at the moment. Runs back
At the
in.
moment, he says.
At the moment, it's a recharge.
Recharges on a 3, 4, 5, or 6.
This one actually runs up and leaps at the Sabotender because they entered the fray.
My friend, how dare you?
Just gets a mouthful of needles.
Now, the Sabotender's up on, you said that was a 10-foot rock?
Yes, these dire wolves are bigger than the boulders.
Well, no, I just wanted to make sure how high the rock was, because it's come into play now.
You have the Phoenix down, right, Mikoko?
I don't.
Who does? It
think I
might
gave it
be
to you.
Naren, actually. Oh, did you give it to me? Okay.
Yeah, I think I did.
Well, an 11 misses the Sabotender, and a 10 misses Faust. Okay, the dire wolves aren't doing anything this round. Mikoko.
Okay, here we go. Oh, that's a failure.
All right.
All right. It's only one failure.
Yeah.
Rowena.
But my limit break is now 3.
Yeah, so is mine.
Yeah, so
There should be a
let's
limit
roll a
break
1.
death save.
All right, that's a success.
What if you expend limit break on your death save? You just get up.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
It was just an 11. I didn't I
Yeah.
accidentally hit it again. Yeah, I know.
I like that idea.
Blount.
Right.
Stand, warrior.
This is not 3-5. We're standing for attack opportunity, so you're good.
Kinda need to jump on Big Boy. So what's gonna happen? I jump. Those are good damage. Can you make a dex save for me, please?
Natural 20.
So what is that in dex save terms?
22.
Is that a failure? You don't have a minus like 7?
No.
Okay.
They're good at dex.
Right. So you take half of 17, which is I guess
8.
8.
Yeah.
Still not bad.
And then I squidge off this wolf in 5 feet, empty square of my choosing there.
All right.
And then I can take a terrible potion as a bonus action.
Yes.
Yes.
I would like to take a terrible potion as a bonus action. So that is just 1d4.
1d4, yep.
Good. Nice even number now. I have 12.
Still more than you had.
And I am fully stocked up on limit breaks.
All right. Terrible potion success.
I like the cheap potion should be like 1d4 plus 1, but that's just me.
No,
Well-
that's why they're cheap. They're literally 7 silver, like, as opposed to 50 gold. They are 1d4.
It's like if someone took an actual potion of healing and put 1 drop of it in a vial of water.
These
Exactly.
are homeopathic potions.
Then
of
mix
healing.
that around, took 1 drop from that and put it in another vial of water.
All right, let's see how many needles the Sabotender shoots off. Let's see. The first one shoots 3. The second one shoots 3. The third one shoots 4. And the fourth one shoots 2. We'll say, keep the same order. So that one shoots 3. What? Oh, that's a 7. That's a miss. But the other 2 hit. That wolf is dead. And then that one gets 3. Only 2 hits again. That wolf is dead. This one gets 4. 2, 3, 4. Only 2 of them hit again, but this one's hitting a dire wolf. 7. Oh, come on. Faust, the dire wolf in front of you has been riddled with needles and is barely standing, but is still standing.
Cool.
2, both hit. That wolf is dead.
Thank goodness. I felt really bad for leaving Naren.
Speaking of whom, it's Naren's turn, and he's got a limit break ready.
He does. So he's going to step right here, and it's time for a healing wind. Everybody is going to get 2d8 temporary hit, or 2d8 plus, what's his spellcasting mod? 2d8 plus 4 temporary hit points.
They are temporary, or are they not real?
Sadly,
Everybody
they
gets 17 temporary hit points.
Sadly, they are not real hit points. Do I even get them?
Yes, you still get temporary hit points even if you're at 0, which does bring you back up.
Huh. All right.
Temporary.
Cool.
That's why healing wind is temporary hit points, because it heals you no matter what health level you're at.
So I got nearly double my maximum hit points in temporary hit points.
Congratulations.
I'm back up to full until we take a rest, in which case I pass out.
In which case you regain hit points from hit dice, but still.
But okay, so order of operations: do I pass out first and then spend hit dice, or can I spend hit dice first?
I believe temporary hit points disappear at the end of a rest, so...
Had to
There's a
check.
brief. There's like a 10-minute spell in there where you'll feel amazing.
It's one of those things where you just make it to the rest and you just pass out from exhaustion and then heal as you're asleep.
Or you just fall face first into the campfire and that's you anyway.
Oh, there's worse ways to go.
So you now have access to your tokens again, so you can add your hit points in. All right. Wolves' turns. Things are squirming on the ground.
Oh boy, melee attacks have advantage against prone targets.
They already had advantage because they had allies in melee with you.
Yeah, true.
It's one of those.
Did Naren have any movement left after that?
He had
15.
He had 15 feet.
Can you pop him right behind me?
Yes, that is valid.
Is that... Yeah.
All right. These wolves are getting massacred by these sabotenders, so they're going to try to leap at the sabotenders. That's going to provoke an attack of opportunity. That one's not.
You don't provoke from prone targets?
Still within 5 feet.
Still within 5 feet.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Though,
They specifically have to leave your reach.
yeah, though that one does provoke attack opportunity from both Faust and Rowena if Rowena wants to attack.
Think I miss. I had to miss sometime. I've hit literally every attack I've made so far.
Yep.
So have I. Hang on now.
Both of those miss. They try to attack the sabotender. Ooh, a 20. They hit. Ooh. Well, that sabotender's dead.
No!
These two wolves just leap up onto the boulder and thrash and claw this sabotender to pieces.
Quick, where's the phoenix down?
Are the sabotenders rooted to the ground?
No, they can move.
Okay.
They have feet and everything.
That's what I thought, but...
Alright, 2 attacks on Faust, 1 attack on Mikoko. In succession, I rolled a 21, a 22, and a 24.
Ugh.
Wow. How temporary are these hit points?
About to be very temporary, apparently.
So, Mikoko, you take 5 and then 5 piercing damage.
I thought 2 of them were on me.
Yeah,
sorry.
that's what I had.
Mikoko, you take 5. Then Faust, you take 5. And then the 24 is a natural 20, which is going to be Wow, that worked really well. 14
To whom?
to Faust.
Right.
Okay.
So Faust took 5 and then
Puts me
14,
down.
and then Mikoko took 5.
Mm-hmm.
Faust.
Okay. So, first I need to make a strength save.
Yes. You're good.
I'm good
Oh,
both
right.
times.
Do I need to make any rolls if I'm already on the ground?
Nope, because I didn't remember to trigger the effect.
Cool.
Thank you for reminding me, though. I won't forget next time.
Fart.
I am going to shield wall.
Oh yeah, Narn's thing goes away. Narn's.
Okay, Lawrence Limerick is gone. Shield wall and expend my. I'm debating whether I should shield wall right now or try and kill this dire wolf.
Well, the direwolf is gonna go down if you hit it. You've been doing good damage.
I may be able to kill the direwolf on my turn.
From prone.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
All right. Just
Okay, yeah, I will shield wall just to give everyone a round of extra resistance. So that's me. It's 3. It's me and a total of 3 targets of my choice.
It just says up to 3 targets.
Yeah, up to 3 targets. So me, Mikoko, and Rowena, because we're the ones that are surrounded.
yeah.
You had to think about it, though.
I did.
me, Makoko, and that Sabotender over there.
Saw what happened to the
Just
first one.
this-
You really got to protect your
Just
saguaros.
this guy over here.
And then bonus action, take a healing potion. Good.
Get that 4.
Wow. Would you get 2 drops in yours?
The number you
7
roll on
hit
the
points.
D4 is how many drops you get.
And that is my turn.
All right, Direwolf's turn.
Back one.
Does it matter for regaining limit break? Because you can't do it but once per.
You can only do it once per round, but the gauge is still there once per combat. If we get into another fight immediately after this, it'll be relevant.
Yeah, if you get into another fight before you
Oh,
rest,
that's true.
you'll still have your limit break.
That's true.
So this Direwolf's going to try to bite Blount.
You can try.
Doesn't have advantage because none of his allies are melee with you.
Oh, so much better.
A 12.
No.
And the other one's going to try to bite Faust. A 19.
That will hit, yes.
For 13 piercing damage.
Halved to 7, which is exactly my hit points. I stay at 1 using my using the echo.
Actually, no, that'd be halved to 6. Round down.
13 halves.
Round down.
Oh yeah,
6.
that's right.
6.
So I stay at 1, and I don't have to use the echo.
Yeah.
Hey.
Mikoko.
Well, first I get up. Cast off my move. And then I'm going to move to here.
Okay. That's going to provoke attack
Do I-
opportunity.
Okay.
Come on, don't suck. 12.
Miss.
Damn it.
And then Mikoko just starts to glow this brilliant, solid red, and it just flares out from her as I use my mana burst limit break.
All right.
Ooh.
What does that do?
So, each creature of my choice within 30 feet of me, which is all of the wolves and the dire wolves, they all need to make dexterity saves, DC 14.
19. 19, 16, 12, 6, 8. Natural 1, 18.
Okay, so
3 saves.
Everyone who fails takes 13 force damage. Everyone who passes takes 6.
I like how Rowena rolled a dex save despite not being included in the attack.
You never know.
I just automatically assume one day I'll be right.
And that's everything. Or that's the total result of the limit break.
All right.
Cool, I'm not done. I still have my bonus action.
Yep.
I'm going to spend my flare point, my one remaining flare point for a Korakor. I choose one target within 30 feet and move in a straight line towards them. This doesn't provoke attacks of opportunity, so I'm going for the other direwolf.
Zoom. Just abandon these wolves.
So once the light fades, Mikoko just points her rapier at the other direwolf that's still standing, and she almost seems to just lift off the ground as she charges forward.
You do a wire fu lunge.
24 to hit.
It's like somebody just picked up strings attached to Miko and flung Miko over that way. 24 hits.
13 piercing.
Are you gonna kill my wolf?
Oh, it's still up.
Maybe. Oh, well then.
The direwolf saved again. This direwolf saved. The other one it wouldn't have mattered because he only had 1 hit point left.
Yeah, I think that's everything. Our gauge goes back up to 1.
All right. Rowena.
I'm going to crawl between the wolf corpses to put myself just there, and I'm going to fire a chakram over at the direwolf.
Okay. Do you suffer disadvantage for ranged attacks and melee?
I don't know. I can't think of anywhere where it says that.
Well,
You're not making it against the.
Making a ranged attack while you have enemies in melee gives you disadvantage regardless. I'm asking if you have anything that prevents that.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I don't think I have anything that's listed here for it.
All right, so it'll be an attack. So it'll be a ranged attack with disadvantage.
Cool. A 10.
10 misses, unfortunately.
Bah. Well, it comes back to me anyway.
Yep. Anything else on your turn?
Oh, the other thing that Naren did was pray again to get that second prayer. I forgot to mention that when I was doing it.
Yes, but it's really going to suck, so this will be funny. As a bonus action, I cast Compelled Duel on the direwolf.
Okay.
I have to move 10 feet in order to get it to work, so I take 2 opportunity attacks to do so.
Point of order, you don't actually move spaces, you expend that movement. Double checking the dancer, the dance magic
you
section.
spend your speed.
Page
so now
57.
you have a possible speed of 20 if you had a 30 speed.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you did have to use it because it's like, oh, that makes sense.
You just expend that movement. You can dance in place, but it counts as using some of your movement.
Yeah, must spend 10 feet of movement alongside your spell slot to cast or maintain.
So instead of moving 10 feet, you did a little jig.
Yeah. At least that's how I read it.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
No, that makes sense to me.
Yeah. So you don't need to get dumpstered by wolves.
Yeah.
I still find that funnier, so... yeah, Compelled Duel, I get 2 opportunity attacks.
Did you stand up or did you do the worm over there?
Yeah, I will gladly let you make the decision, Al. But rules as written, you don't have to move.
Okay, so that probably needs to be worded a bit clearer then, because that wasn't my read on it. But anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, this whole book.
Yeah, I mean, it is a homebrew thing that people are making, and I don't think English is their first language.
I'll be right back.
Yep,
I mean, proofreading in general is tough work.
that too.
You know, no points against them at all.
There's a reason I have an entire Discord that occasionally reads over my stuff to double check it.
Drew, did you capitalize that L yet?
Yeah, because it says you must.
Oh yes, I did.
You must spend 10 feet rather than you must move 10 feet. Is the key differentiator the key differentiator there?
Yeah, I think it's trying to limit the movement available.
Yeah.
To kind of tie the dancer down a little bit at the cost of, being able to do cool stuff.
Right, I'm back. Sorry about that.
I mean, they miss anyway, so it doesn't matter. Blount.
Oh, for the third
Oh wait, hang on. I have to actually
time-
make a save. Hang on. What is that save?
Oh,
Wisdom
I
save.
guess a will
Wisdom save.
19.
It saves.
Okay, Blount.
All right.
Evidently, the wolf does not understand the concept of a dance fight.
It doesn't know it's being served. Talk to me about ranged weapon. Well, not ranged weapon. About weapons with reach and big wolves. Can I poke at the back of this wolf, say 10 foot away?
No, you have to when you're attacking with a weapon, even if it's a reach weapon, you attack the closest point of the enemy to you. So if you can't attack the hindquarters of the wolf from in front of it, which does mean you have the disadvantage from the lance, which is when you're attacking any enemy within 5 feet of you.
Yep, cool beans. That's fine. We're just gonna jump on it.
And honestly, even if you did attack the hindquarters from where you're at, the wolf is still within 10 feet of you, within 5 feet of you, so it would be a disadvantage either way, regardless of where on the wolf you're targeting.
Oh, so you'd let me target it, but it'd still be a disadvantage. Cool.
It
Doesn't
wouldn't
matter.
Yeah.
We jump
Into the sky.
Make that deck save. You know you hate doing deck save. Just say it fails and move on.
21.
8 damage, please. As I jump onto its face.
It's all right.
And I'm going to. I can slide off. Can I slide off onto the mountain here?
Onto the rock? Yeah, I'll say yeah.
Cool.
I mean, you did just clear a massive jump height, so
Yeah, I'll say yes.
Yeah, your minimum jump height is what, 30 feet?
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, so yes, you can absolutely do that.
All right. Anything else on your turn?
I would like to drink another terrible potion.
Drink
because
another terrible
I'm pretty
potion.
sure that I could still die. Oh, hey! That's a 4 for a total of 16.
And we go to the Sabotender's turns. So this Sabotender can't use its Needle Volley because it's in melee with an enemy. So instead, he's just going to try to smack him in the face with a needly appendage.
I'm there to cheer him on. Does that help?
No, but he rolled a 23, so...
Well, it sounds like
so
it
it did help.
Which deals 8 bludgeoning and 6 piercing damage. So this Sabotender kills the Direwolf.
It sounds like it helped a lot.
Jeez. Somebody's been getting their exercise in.
Sabotender so the Sabotender reels back, does that cartoon arm twirl thing, and then just uppercuts the Direwolf in the face, injecting needles into it with the uppercut.
This Direwolf got pop-eyed?
Yeah. Just ding, and then as it hits the ground.
It doesn't just eat its spinach. It is the spinach.
Unfortunately, those other 2 wolves are out of range from the other 2 Sabotenders. That's all they do this turn. Narin.
So Narin is going to take advantage of positioning here and is going to step right here. Going to use his bonus action for Healing Word.
Not Prayer Cure Wounds?
No, because Cure Wounds takes an action. So he's going to bonus action Healing Words on Faust.
I like how Narn continues to spend the entire fight not getting touched. Meanwhile, three of you drop to 0 this fight.
He doesn't have healing word prepared. Never mind.
Yeah, he doesn't. So, store the confession charge and just punch.
He's already at max confession, so honestly...
What else does he have as a bonus action? Oh wait, they all require concentration, so...
Yeah.
Well, you could drop the concentration from me. That's fine.
Let's see. He's got 2 spell points left.
That
Honestly, how much damage does this wolf is undamaged, and Stone Fist is just a D8?
No, these wolves are all damaged. They took half damage.
Oh right, no, right. They all took the thing. Right.
Yeah,
right,
they all
right,
took 6 from my mana burst. So yeah, decent chance to take them out.
Or I could get the advantage and take advantage of that to use inflict wounds.
I mean, Stone Fist isn't an attack, so you do get advantage on that too.
Yeah, so is inflict wounds.
Yeah.
And you've done 6. Their hit points are somewhere around 11. I would need to do at least 5, which is on the upper half of the Stone Fist die, and it does not add spellcasting mod to damage.
50-50 shot.
Versus almost certain to kill with inflict wounds, averaging out with 3d10.
Yeah, fair.
So we're gonna spend 2 spell points and cast inflict wounds.
You can see now why they were
22 to hit.
You can see now why they were offering so much gil for this wolf fight.
Dealing 11 necrotic damage.
Dead.
And then just stand right here.
Well, with the leader,
and that's his turn.
With its leader gone, the wolf doesn't make any tactical decisions anymore and just attacks the closest thing, which is Narn.
No, meanwhile, Narn laughs in 32 hit points.
Yeah, exactly.
20 to hit.
Yeah.
So Narn takes 9 piercing damage and needs to make a strength saving throw.
And still has not gone through all of his temporary hit points.
He's fine. He got a 12.
Yep, he's good. Faust
is just going to do the that anime thing where the wolf where the enemy is like staring at the bad guy and the camera pans over their shoulder as the other person just appears behind them.
Yeah.
And then the wolf's just like, he's right behind me, isn't he?
See,
nothing personal, kid.
You were afraid I was going to TPK you.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
For 6 more slashing damage.
There's a reason why I put the sabotenders on the map.
I figured there was.
I have to wonder if they would have intervened had Blount not made friends with some of them.
It's a good question.
Yeah.
Well, may never know.
If Rowena had succeeded in trying to attack one, I wonder what would have happened. So with 6 damage, it's dead.
That's good.
So the wolves go down.
Faust would be the Undertaker in that situation.
And as the wolves go down, all of you once again have this pain pulse through your forehead as your world goes white. And you get this sort of staticky visual of a normal-looking pack of wolves. And then this black-robed figure with a red mask on steps into view, utters words that are incomprehensible to your minds, and 2 of the wolves begin to glow red, emitting dark shadow and enlarging to become these 2 dire wolves. Then you see flashes of this pack of wolves attacking convoys, the 2 large wolves smashing into a wagon with all the force of what Faust had thought might be a Magitech Colossus, devouring people whole and tearing through their supplies. And then you're back in the sands. The sabotenders have dropped off the rocks in the amount of time that you've sort of been puzzled. and are carrying away their fallen comrade.
Hang on. Is it dead?
Oh yeah.
Not even a death saving throw? Because we ended combat like within a turn.
NPCs don't get death saving throws.
I have
Also, it's a
spare
plant.
potion.
It probably has chunks missing from it.
Oh yeah.
Plants
Also,
can grow.
it's a plant. It'll grow back.
Faust looks over to the sabotenders and just offers a nod and a salute.
I mean, if there's something you wanted to do, Blount.
No, not really.
There is a phoenix down amongst your party.
Yeah, but I don't know
not.
what that is.
Have you got a spare potion to water it with?
No, but I do have 10 days of rations. I'm sure I could grind it up in some muesli. Oh, no. Poor, sad Saguaro.
Yeah. So the sabotenders carry their dead away, and you are left alone with a pile of dead wolves.
To be
Let's go
fair,
over and
I'm
kick
pretty
a
certain
tooth
that
out of
that
these
was
big wolves.
as much as one of their warriors gave their lives to end this battle. I'm pretty certain the wolves were a threat to them too.
Oh yeah, that's why they were up on the rocks where the wolves couldn't get them until they started jumping because they were dying.
Yeah. Blunt's gonna take the butt of his lance and knock the fang out of one of these giant wolf mouths.
You can do so. Ting.
Cool.
I assume I'm trying to hold my guts in.
You're
Mikoko
mostly fine thanks to the healing wind. So
Mikoko sits down hard, puts her back to the boulder, and just stares at the ground with furrowed eyebrows. Do I recognize the figure in black as the same one we saw previously?
it's similar, but it's the features are so disguised that it could have been another individual. Same build though.
It was the same build and the same outfit at the very least.
Yeah.
Different
That red
different
mask
mask
was
or same mask?
Featureless,
Same mask.
or-
The red mask isn't fully featureless, but it's got very minimalistic features. It looks kind of like a caricature of a face.
Okay.
With sort of like it looks like a caricature of a face with the mouth missing. You could see a chin underneath the mask, but you couldn't make out any details of the chin.
Yeah, so just like a vague physical shape rather than any clear features that could identify like their species.
Correct.
Okay.
Does the vision happened in just like generic sand desert?
It was in a cave.
In a cave.
Yeah.
Right. Around here, maybe? Like same color rock?
You didn't get a good look at what was outside the cave, so potentially.
Well, no, like the rock itself in the cave.
Yeah, like potentially, but it's not it looked like a rocky cave.
Yeah.
It's hard to identify a rocky cave by the rockiness of the cave.
Well, I mean, like different area. These wolves didn't travel, 100 miles.
Yeah, no. It's very likely that it's nearby, but it's not like you could so. That's a cave in the Estersand. Like, but at the moment, you hear the sound of footsteps approaching.
Blunt's lance
From
is-
which
is
direction?
lowered
From the road.
in the direction of the sound. He'll jump up on top of one of these boulders and get a good look.
You just jumped into the shadow realm.
Oh, you guys don't see that? I'm
Nope.
inside my own little box here.
Yeah, because you jumped into the light blocker.
There's a dead wolf in here. You guys should really clean the Shadow Realm out.
So, what we're learning from this is that John can't really do much with dynamic lighting out in the open because Blunt can just jump everywhere.
I liked it in my box. Hang on.
Get out of the box.
We can see your nameplate. We know where you are.
Yeah.
So yeah, you look to the south and you see 3 figures approaching. One wearing seems to be golden armor with a red tabard, another with a blue long coat that has armor underneath it, and a third wearing a vest and things. These are what Naren would recognize as 3 of the individuals from the Sand Sea.
What, like the tabard? Is it sporting a coat of arms type deal, or
No,
what
it's just a red clear tabard. It's just a red colorless tabard. You do notice that all 3 of them have devices hanging about their necks. One of whom the one in the golden armor currently has up to his face, as if it's some sort of visor machine of some kind. And they're sort
trying
of
to see into my box,
looking at you as they approach.
Faust will stagger forward to be the first one to greet them.
All that these 3 can see of Mikoko is just her head poking out from behind the boulder and a wolf.
Blunt will
She's
jump
still just seated.
real close and land. Like, he could just jump right on them if they're not careful, if they want to start something.
The 2 of them sort of pause and just sort of stay back as you jump close. The one with the golden armor, however, seems completely unaffected as he walks right up to Faust with this device in his face. And sort of like gets very close to Faust and sort of scans him up and down with it.
The lance is pointing right at him.
He seems to not care.
Faust just kind of puts a hand out to sort of like wave Blount down.
So, the golden armored one says, "You must be the brave heroes that came out to deal with this wolf problem," as he starts looking around the area with this device.
Not entirely.
We simply go where the wild rose blooms.
He sort of pauses for a second, looks at you. Oh, that makes things interesting. And he lowers the device, holds a hand out towards you.
He'll take it.
And shakes it. Delete a high roll of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Pleasure to meet you.
Faust told Darkanan of the same.
You must told Darkanan. I wasn't aware that we had any of your kind within the organization.
Not since the Battle of Cartano, I would think.
We stopped receiving reports from the Eorzean branch around that time, so if there were any, I assume they died there.
Not quite.
So, what brings you to Dalmasca?
Cartano.
You're going to have to elaborate on that.
In the end of the Battle of Cartano, when the moon fell, something happened. I'm not quite certain. My last memory is of Archon Louis Soir. But there was a light, and we awoke 5 years later in Dalmasca.
As you've been talking, all of the others of you, and Faust, you too, as you're suddenly aware of it, have been aware of this staticky ringing in the back of your head. And
I thought that was just from the wolves hitting me really hard.
And Faust, as you finish that sentence, Delita doesn't seem to react to it, as if he heard something very different from what you said. Well, I guess we could use any allies that we can find. We need to investigate this scene a little bit. Why don't you guys rest over there for a minute? He's just sort of nodding towards that boulder that Blount had hopped onto and off of.
Investigate
Gladly.
what?
Well, there's been some strange ethereal readings in areas of unusually aggressive beast activity, and we're trying to see if we can confirm whether or not those ethereal readings are the same here. He says as he puts that device back up to his head and walks towards the dire wolves.
Have you seen any reports of a man in a black robe with a red mask?
An Ascian. That would explain
what?
some things. As the three of
Did
them
you say
head over towards the wolves. Ascian.
Did you say a Maskian?
An Ascian. Give me a second. As he sort of kneels down over the dire wolf and holds this thing up to his head, adjusts a few knobs, and sort of reads back and forth across the wolves.
Is he the only one with one of those devices?
No, they all three have it, but he's the only one using his right now.
Okay. I was doing two S's and a Y.
No, that's an Assyrian.
Well, you know, after we got done with the Eastern Wastes or whatever, like I thought just drop a letter.
After a few moments, he stands up.
Blunt really wants to poke this machine. Oh, he wants to poke it so bad.
After a few moments, he stands up. Why is this... Hang on, sorry. The Roll20 window has decided it wanted to...
Oh, Blunt pokes it.
With the finger or with the lance?
I mean, he's close enough with the... He's good enough with the lance he could do it, but no, it's just a big finger and he reaches out and spins a knob.
You reach out and poke it. The knob doesn't spin when you try to spin it.
I think your thing's broken.
No, you just know how to use it.
Well, the knob, it's a knob, right? So just, right?
He just sort of smiles
you
at
spun
you.
that knob like a second ago.
Yeah.
No.
Charlatan technology. Only really answers to the right hands. Anyways, these wolves have been absolutely glutted with dark ether. Like they've been feeding from the shadow directly. Which definitely seems like the work of our Ascians.
Hold on a second. And Blunt's going to dig through his bag and pull out the hook hand. Put your peepers on those. What does it say about this?
Raises the detector again to his face. That's also been very, very much so steeped in the same kind of ether. Where'd you get it?
From a similar foe who had been visited by this man in the robe and mask.
Look, you all look kind of fucked up. Let's continue
Speak for
this.
yourself, friend.
Let's continue this conversation at the Sandsea. Are you familiar with it?
Where we came from and where we'll be headed back to get paid for this job.
Good. When you get done getting paid, come up to the second floor. We've got a table reserved there. We'll talk there.
We noticed.
He sort of grins. Turns, looks at the other two. Oh, god damn it, wrong thing. Hang on. There you go. He turns and looks at the other two. Alright, Agrius, Van, let's go. And the three of them head back towards the road ahead of you. Leaving you alone.
Oh, so it is just Vaughn. Okay. I thought he looked like Vaughn. All right. Let's make our way back. Get paid for this job.
Are we taking any of the skins? I think there was talk of a bonus for skins.
Sure. Let's do that if we can.
Are any of you proficient with leatherworking tools?
No.
Nope.
Naren is proficient with the flute.
All right, so
I've skinned enough fish in my time. What's a wolf but a fish with legs?
Could I make an argument for calligrapher's supplies?
no.
Could I?
Go ahead.
Could I make an argument for cook's utensils, butchery?
Ooh, I have a background in fishing as well. I could help.
So okay, you could, but the way you would approach it would be different.
True, that would be like taking the wolf apart.
Yeah. So yeah, butchery is more
taking the skin off.
Butchery is more concerned with keeping the meat intact, not the skin.
Well, both are good, right? Wolf jerky? Can you imagine?
Yeah, like the way, and it's the same thing with you. Like the way you flay a fish, is different.
You don't care about the scales.
Yeah, you don't really care about the scales. And if you're butchering an animal, you're not really as concerned with keeping the flesh, the skin intact. And when you're skinning an animal, is a very specific skill set, and aspects of it do translate over, but it's not quite the same.
Would survival proficiency be viable?
Like a survival. If you don't have leatherworking tools, a survival roll will work. I would allow the culinary tools in place of a survival tool check. It would just be that, just know that you're more after the meat then rather than the skin.
Yeah.
Because Naren's proficient in survival, so.
As I recall, the bonus was specifically for intact pelts, so my cook's utensils aren't going to help me here.
Yeah. But if you wanted to get some meat to cook for later, you could do that.
So let's say Faust will help Naren skin the things, and then after they're skinned, Mikoko can butcher the meat for rations.
There's also like 30 wolf corpses lying around, so
Admittedly, some of them are going to be a little extra crispy.
Yeah, so
the hair's already off.
I'll help Naren, so Naren can make that roll with advantage.
You do.
I didn't need advantage apparently.
You do notice that some of the wolves have begun to disappear, like their ether's been breaking down, and
the summoned ones, I'm assuming.
Yeah, the summoned ones are returning to smoke and vapor, as if they weren't real wolves in the first place.
Yeah, so Naren makes a natural 20 to skin the ones that remain.
But with a natural 20, you do get what was it? It was you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 wolf pelts and 2 dire wolf pelts.
Nice.
And Rowena has no way of actually bringing this up because she doesn't care. But maybe don't use the dire wolves for meat, because if they've been like shadow tainted or whatever.
Oh,
that's
a
fair point.
No intention of doing that. Those ones had glowing red eyes. You don't eat those.
You don't eat the ones with glowing eyes.
Don't eat the ones with glowing eyes.
Or the yellow snow.
So in that case, you can make me a cook's utensils roll with either intelligence or wisdom.
Blaunt, as a fisher, would you like to assist?
Blount will assist.
All right, so let's see. I'm going to use wisdom because that's better. There we go. 14 with Blount's assistance.
So as you're cutting into the meat, you sort of are suddenly getting an understanding of what the bartender was talking about when he said they don't eat the wolf meat out here. These wolves are almost emaciated, and it's weird considering how like you imagine how much they've been eating with what they've been doing. These wolves are like jerky tough already as you're cutting into the meat and getting samples of it out. You do get about a week's worth of rations out of the meat from what you're able to get, but doing so, it's not that you could get more, but you're afraid to try to get more. You're afraid trying to get more would damage your utensils as you're cutting.
Yeah, the knife gets wedged a few times.
Yeah,
Mikoko has to basically put her whole weight on it to get it through.
These are very stringy wolves.
Very sinewy, like lean muscle.
After about the
almost emaciated
third
wolves.
time, Mikoko's just jumping up and down on the knife. She gets down and you just hear a very quiet, "Is it worth it?"
Yeah, so you get about a week's worth of rations out of this. You've no idea how you're going to prepare it, but
Oh yeah, not a clue.
Covered in salt. That's how.
These are you just described these as walking, talking biltong. Like it makes so much sense.
Right
Yeah,
down
after the
natural
third
wolf
joint,
jerky.
after the third wolf joint, he'll pass you his hand axe, and when you go to cut the joint, he'll smack the other hand axe on top and just cleave right through, like splitting wood.
All right, with rations prepared and skins harvested, let's return.
Who's taking those rations? I can carry them.
They are still considered raw meat. It still is considered raw meat. Like it's not actually cured and prepared like jerky. It's just that same level of toughness already.
Yeah, we'll get salt in town to cure the meat and make it last longer.
Maybe some spices. A good
Potentially.
jerky.
But salt will make it so that we're not going to be eating rotting wolf meat anytime soon.
And Blunt will roll up the skins into a giant tube and heave the carpet over his shoulder and start walking back towards town.
Everyone make me a perception check as you begin to head back.
Oh,
18,
you know I'm so
Mikoko.
good at this. Oh, 6.
Perception 7 from Faust, and let me get to 25 from Naren.
So Naren, Mikoko, and Rowena, something catches your eye, and you turn and look towards one of the rocks. You could have sworn there was someone standing on top of it just before you looked, but there's no one there.
I know this cinematic.
I'm just blaming it on the sun.
Mikoko pauses a moment, narrows her eyes at the rock, and then just blinks, realizes she's stopped, and hightails it to Faust's heels again.
Naren also has a moment of pause before continuing to follow on. But you all eventually make it back to town. As we pull you back from that map to this map. As you pass back through the east gate, the guard takes the small metal chit that you have been provided and deposits it into a box as you carry the meat and pelts into town.
Was there anything on that metal chit to like denote it was for a specific day, or was it just like a thing in general that existed as like a metal hall pass?
There was. It was full. It was filled with like Garlean lettering, which only Faust couldn't read because I think Faust's the only one that can read and write Garlean.
I can read it.
Oh, you can read it. Yeah. So Mikoko, you would have also been able to tell that it was basically like a very, very detailed, like temporary hall pass kind of thing. Where it's like this, the holder of this is entitled to one use of one entrance and exit without inspection at the order of and it would have been at the order of hang on.
Miguelo?
No.
Someone
at the order
much higher in the.
It would have specifically said at the order of where is the name? There it is. At the order of Quistis Mal Odvar.
Right, but there was no like date or like, if we somehow managed to grab this again without paying for it, it would still work,
Yeah, well, basically, yeah, it was like you see this once go out, you see this once come back in, and then they take it away. But if you were able to get
we
it,
flashed it.
if you were able to get it back, yes, it would probably work again for another round. But they put it into a box, and you hear some sort of like metal crunching sound as it goes in.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's not like a timestamp. It's like, oh, if this goes out like a week late, it's no longer valid.
There are a series of there were a series of like numbers stamped into the bottom of it, but you couldn't tell what they meant.
Well, there goes that heist.
Like it wasn't like an obvious like due date by da da da, but there are a series of additional numbers on it that are just like some sort of tracking method, but you don't know what they mean.
Would Faust know this is basically a serial number?
No, because you've never seen it before. You can assume it would be a serial number, but this is not a thing you've ever experienced. This is probably something unique to the 8th Legion.
Right, this is the 8th Legion.
Yeah.
No wonder these names are familiar.
All right.
So we head back towards the Sandsea, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep, you head back to the Sandsea. You turn in your pelts and you turn your pelts as proof of the job done. You are given 5,000 gil plus an extra 2,000 gil for the pelts.
Hey.
Total of 3,000 divided across 5 is 600 each.
That'd be a total of 7,000 gil.
We knocking some off the top for yourself?
Oh, right. math is hard. I thought it was just 1,000, but no,
5,000 for the wolves. Another 2,000 for the pelts.
So 7 grand total.
It was 1,000 for each of you. Was the math you had done previously?
Yeah,
which I think
sense.
is where you got that 1,000 number.
Yep. So the total comes out to 1,400 each.
Yeah, 1,400 each.
1,400 gil.
God, think of how many shitty potions you could buy with that.
At least 7.
70 gil each, so
yeah. Blunt's gonna drop the raw wolf meat on the bar and go, "Dinner's on us tonight, boys."
We're not eating that, Tomasz says.
No, in all actuality, is there a place we could procure some salt to turn this into proper jerky?
It's kind of jerky that'll break your teeth, but yeah, we got a barrel of salt.
It's better than having nothing.
10 gil. He says, just sort of throwing his hands up.
Faust puts down 10 gil.
He sort of like, he just he nods to one of the bunga behind the bar, who goes over, grabs a small barrel, and just plants it on the counter, opens it up, and it's just full of salt.
Yeah, Faust will take the barrel and set it down. Mikoko, can I ask you to handle salting this meat?
The barrel is... How big is this barrel? Probably about as big as Mikoko?
Well, half the size of Mikoko.
Okay.
Cool.
I can take the barrel to your quarters if you need.
Yes. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, salt is very easy to come by in the desert. It's one of their exports. But yeah, you can see that that Delita and the others are already at their spot, sort of keeping an eye on the bar.
Faust will deposit the barrel of salt and the bundle of wolf meat into Mikoko's room for them to worry about later.
Then Mikoko relocks the door just in case.
Yeah.
They're after my meat.
And then they'll go
jawbreaker. My jawbreaker's in meat form.
My meat breaker.
like Faust said, it's better than nothing.
That's what dwarven bread is good for in Discworld. Is when you have dwarven bread in your pack, you just take it out and look at it and decide you aren't hungry.
So, and then Faust will go and rejoin the Scions.
Do the rest of you join Faust as well?
Yeah, I guess.
Begrudgingly.
If Faust doesn't object to a small red shadow tailing him.
Absolutely not.
So you get up to the table. All right. So introductions. Again, delete a high roll. This is Agrius Oaks and Von Sanborn. We are the currently only 3 members of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn in Rabanastre at the moment.
I am Faustul Darkanen, though because that name is likely to be carried with a kill-on-sight order, you may call me Furiel Pier de Cartus within the town.
I'll have to write this down, he says, pulling out a thing. No offense, but Garlean names are really hard to remember.
That's why they're also difficult to fake, unless you are Garlean.
Pulls out a piece of paper, starts writing it down, looks at the others. And the rest of you?
You're serious?
This is Rowena Brown. She has something of a complex about being recognized.
There's just a very faint sigh from Mikoko's nose.
Oh.
Yeah, so we've been under Garlean occupation for the last 7 years. If you're some sort of big shot from somewhere else, we've got no idea who you are. You're not a big shot within the Garlean Empire, so...
Very nerve. Oh.
And I doubt you would have heard anything of the 14th Legion out here.
No, I've heard some amount. What was his nickname? The Mad Wolf? No, the Grey Wolf? The Black Wolf? Something Wolf.
The Black Wolf.
That one. Yeah, we've heard tales
Gaius
of...
von Balsar, my former commander.
Oh, interesting. Defector from the 14th Legion. Yeah, no, we've heard about Van Balsar. His name rings far and wide.
Not the worst of men, but devoted to his cause even when that cause is devoted to the wrong target.
Well, as far as we know, the 14th are in charge of the occupation of Eorzea at the moment, so they're preoccupied on the other side of the world.
That was his tribunus, hence the name Toll.
So, Faust, Rowena, and he sort of looks towards the other 3. Naren goes, Naren Malaguld. Which, to which Delita responds, oh, Zayla? Kind of. Fair enough. We don't get many Aura here. Naren then responds, yes, the desert's not kind to us. And then he looks towards Mikoko.
Who looks at Blount?
Who looks at Mikoko?
This is Mikoko, Miko, and Blauen Toskifson.
Hi, I am Mikoko.
That's probably the first time Faust actually laughs out loud.
For her part, Mikoko just tries to make herself small.
Well, explanations, I guess, on our end, since it seems like not all of you are familiar with us. So, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn are an organization dedicated to protecting the well-being of Hydaelyn, preventing the occurrence and recurrence of umbral calamities, and in certain cases, fighting against injustice, and doing our best to foment and maintain any amount of rebellion against Garlean occupation.
At the mention of fighting against injustice, Mikoko peeks out from under her hat.
You can all make me history...
And then tries to hide herself again.
You can all make me history checks as well.
I'm
Do
trained
I
in
need to make history checks, or should I make it with advantage, being a former Scion?
No. This is not related to being a Scion.
All right.
Oh, that's a 3. No Scions in Elamigo.
16.
My cousin's a scion. Oh, sorry, no, my cousin has a scion. Very good gas mileage.
So Rowena, go ahead and make a history check for Narin too.
Oh yeah. Narin,
Just
where's your
for
character
shits
sheet?
and
Here it
gigs.
is.
Doing well on the mind stuff this round, Narins. So maybe.
Story 6 now.
Blount, Rowena, and Faust, you, having heard it a couple times now, you recognize the names of Delita Hyrule and Agrius Oaks. These are names that you had heard once before, maybe a few times before, specifically in relation to the War of the Lions, which is this ancient historical epic about the kingdom, the old kingdom of Dalmasca, many years ago, back when it was known as Ivalice. During the Ivalician, during the time of Ivalice, there was a war between it and several other kingdoms, and there was a historical figure. There were historical figures named Delita Hyrule and Agrius Oaks that were central to that war.
I mean, central is a vague term.
Like Delita is hailed as a hero of the War of the Lions, and Agrius was known as Agrius the Holy, like the Holy Knight Agrius.
Are they on the same side, or?
It's vague. It depends on who's telling it. Like, you just know these are just like mythic figures, basically, from Dalmascan history.
And like how long ago, roughly?
Yeah, several astral eras ago. So anywhere between 2 and 7,000 years ago.
So I mean, I don't know. If they've lasted this long, you'd think that, like, I know who Ajax is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so it's like recognizing the name of like Achilles. You know, it's that kind of a recognition.
I must say, you do look quite good for your age.
Delita just sort of
Was it their names or their family names that were associated with the war?
both Delita Hyrule and Agrius Oaks, the full name. Delita just sort of grins. I see you recognize my name. Unfortunately, no, I'm not the Delita from legend. I took the name shortly after the Garlean occupation as a symbol of rebellion, shall we say.
I take it the same is true of Agrius.
She nods.
Vaughn seems to be the odd man out.
Vaughn shrugs. I'm just a born and raised Dalmascan. Didn't really have any desire to change my name. Also, I only joined the Scions like 2 years ago, so.
What's my read on Vaughn then?
Vaughn seems like just give me an insight check. Vaughn seems like first of all, he looks like he's somewhere in his mid-teens, looking at him, like 15, 16, somewhere around there. He seems like someone who has insinuated himself with people who he perceives as legends. He's like he's doing the thing where I know that I might not be important, but the organization that I have joined is extremely important, and if I can help in any way, I'm going to. He's very earnest and also very young.
So very young then.
Yeah.
I'm just going to sort of narrow my eyes a little bit at Vaughn, like I see what you're doing.
He doesn't seem to notice your look.
Introductions out of the way.
So, you've seen an Ascian.
Not in person, but yes, we have seen signs of him.
The black robed figure, red mask. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We've been thinking there's been one operating nearby recently, but that's the first time we've actually heard anybody confirm seeing evidence of one. Ascians are they're hard to understand. I mean, we don't really understand a whole lot about them. We just know that they have the ability to come and go as they please, stepping through void portals, and they seem to have some sort of control over void scent and certain other creatures. And at the moment, they seem to be infecting the local fauna with an unusually large amount of dark ether.
Not just the beasts, also the beast folk.
That hook?
Yes, that came from a keycairn.
Don't know what their objective is. I know that they've been a long-standing problem for the Scions, but the Eorzean branch had more information about them. We don't really have much out here. This is the first time. Like, we know that they exist, we know they're a threat, but we don't know much about them.
I take it that any possibility of getting back to Eorzea is likely slim.
Not so long as the Garleans control Dalmasca. The 8th Legion has a pretty tight lock on travel in and out of the country. In addition to the checkpoint guards at the gates, they also have castrum checkpoints throughout the Estersand, Westersand, and the Giza Plains, locking off all major stops and travel routes between here and other countries. And of course, they also have a significant presence throughout Authard. As I follow you over to the map, Val. Oh goddamn! Now I'm having problems reading this goddamn map.
Where are we going? Where are we going? Ping it, ping it. I'll give it my best honest shot. All right, it's on. Oh boy, I don't like this one either.
Valaway?
It's hang on. I have a place where I can.
Blue? This map. Valaha? That's an enemy name. It's a monster.
I can't. That can't be it. Hang on. Okay, Valnain. That's it. Valnain. All right.
No, I'm sure it's not.
Valnain. Valnain. That's it. Yeah.
But why?
Don't worry about it.
I thought it was.
Why are the ends upside down?
Who knows?
I'm pretty sure it's
worry
French.
about it.
Valnain. Valnain is the closest major port, and that's not under the control of the 8th Legion. Fortunately.
Wait, are those A's?
Yeah.
Oh.
The things you think are A's, the things you think are E's are A's, and the things you think are U's are N's, because the N's are upside down for some reason.
Nailed it. There we go. Is that right?
So yeah, the closest port that is not controlled by the 8th is Valnain. It's under control of the 4th. And that's
Also,
basically the edge of the Dalmascan area. Though to get to Valnain, you have to travel through Nalbina Fortress, which was occupied by the 4th most recently. Though I think the 8th may have taken it over again. They have a research project happening at at and around Nalbina. So, if you were trying to get back to Eorzea, Valnane would be the way to go, but you'd have to break through Nalbina. You'd have to break through Nalbina Fortress to get there, and then sneak past the Fourth to get to a ship.
Does not seem like a particularly easy to accomplish task.
No. It'd be easier if we didn't have to worry about the 8th, but that's sort of Dalmasca at the moment. We're doing our best to do what we can, but there are a few of us.
How do we deal with the 8th?
Well, dealing with the 8th involves dealing with their leadership. We've got the legate. And he sort of reaches over and grabs a drink as he begins explaining. We've got the legate, Siegfried von Almasi, who is in charge. He tends to operate out of the royal palace here in Rabanastre, where he has our royal princess Ashelia Dalmasca hostage. If you're looking to go that route, we do have an ally within the Garleans who has been giving us some assistance, though he can't give us much. The legate is in charge of the military here, but they do have a civilian consulate who is technically the ruler of Dalmasca, Praesus Halim Goandor the Fourth. But he doesn't have a whole lot of military power, just political pull back with Garlemald. Then there is the research happening in Nalbina Fortress, which is being run by Quistis Maladvar, with the assistance of Adea Nungast. As far as we know, it's some sort of Magitech enhancement project. We haven't really seen the results of it yet, so we don't know exactly what's going on, but those are the methods of attack that we have at our disposal at the moment. Either attacking their weapons project, working with Halim, or attacking Siegfried directly, though I wouldn't recommend it. Now, up till now, it's just been the three of us, but if the five of you are on board, we might be able to come up with some level of plan. Of course, we've also got to deal with the Ascian that's been roaming around. Well,
Mikoko... Those are two different problems that will probably have to be dealt with separately.
Yes, but if the Ascian is causing the fauna nearby to go wild, that might be a bigger issue. We need to figure out at the very least why.
Indeed.
So, what are your thoughts?
All of this rough and tumble that seems to suit everyone else here, but I am more for the finer things. So if getting inside of the palace and the intrigue that where they're in is something that of your interest, that it does happen to be my area of expertise.
Well, if you're looking to deal with intrigue, we could probably get in touch with Halim and see if he has any ideas for, at the very least, getting the princess out of the palace.
Does the princess being held prisoner not incite the ire of the people in the first place?
It does the opposite.
Do they know?
As long as the princess is imprisoned, the people don't want to do anything to risk her being hurt.
Wrong kind of care, I feel.
She is very much valued by the people of the city and by the people of this kingdom. If we could get her free of the palace, it would go quite a ways to inciting rebellion amongst the masses. But so long as they could end her life with a thought, the people remain docile.
This is part of why the Garleans have an easy time ruling here and a much more difficult time in Eorzea.
Oh, they did. Oh, I don't really know what's been going on in Eorzea, so I couldn't tell you what the situation is over there. It's hard to get information in and out across the border.
Well, from my experience, when someone threatens that which an Eorzean loves, there is nothing to make them quicker to grab their sword.
Oh, we did grab our swords for a while.
And then crashed upon the rocks like waves.
Yeah, well, maybe things are better over in Eorzea. All we've known is Garlean occupation for the last almost decade.
Let's see what we can do to solve that, shall we?
And Mikoko, you're getting very, very, very similar feelings to what Alamigo went through when it was occupied.
Yeah, why do you think she's speaking up? Anyone looking at her will note that she has a red soul crystal held tightly in both hands.
Well then, if you're with us, we can start to plan. We haven't had the forces to do much other than recon until now. But there is someone that we could recruit if we can prove we've got the strength to carry out tasks.
Well, we can certainly try. Our powers have been diminished since coming here.
Oh, you're able to deal with those wolves, so at the very least you've got something, right?
Certainly.
He's on the run currently from the Garleans, hiding out in the Giza Plains to the south. But if you could find Bagamnon, and convince him to be an ally, we could have a very potent ally indeed. Bagamnon's a Banga. He's a pirate. He runs a crew of Banga pirates. But
we'll need another way out of the city.
Well, I'm sure you're smart enough to figure something out there. We have if I could make a recommendation, we have hunter's passes, which let us get out a little bit easier. You might be interested in joining the guild.
That might be useful. What is required to enter?
Mont Blanc has to like you.
And how does one go about achieving that?
That is a very good question.
And as an alternative?
Well, we can always take the sewers again, he says, looking over at Rowena.
Clan Centurio is in Clan Centurio is in the North End. It's on the west side of the North End. I'd be careful, he says, pointing at Faust. If I were you, though, because that is all. The North End is also where the entrance to the palace is, so the Garlean presence there is heavier than anywhere else in the city.
It's a good thing I've already downgraded my armor.
But you go to Clan Centurio. If Mont Blanc likes you, you're in. If he doesn't, you're out. That's basically how that works.
Very well. I suppose we'll have to try it after we've rested. We are still injured from our journey.
Yeah, you should definitely get some rest. We're gonna go look at some additional potential leads. again, Bagamnan would be a good ally, but he can't be the only one we have. And he's a special breed of assholes, so if you're looking to make him an ally, I have no idea what you're going to do.
Is he familiar with the Scions or simply a pirate?
He's simply a pirate. He's no ally of the Scions, never has been.
Are the Giza Plains on the coast, or is this dude just a pirate in the desert?
He was a sky pirate before the
Okay.
Garleans took his airship.
Ah, there's a grudge.
Oh yeah, absolutely has a grudge. He also trusts people about as far as he can throw them. Looks over at Blount. And no offense, I don't think he's going to be able to. I don't think he's going to be able to throw you.
Perfect.
Yeah. If we can get the Bengal on our side, that'd be at least a little bit more firepower. He has a particular fascination with very weird weapons and guns. And he's got a lot of them.
Does he have another ship?
No.
Where did they take his ship?
That's a very good question. No idea.
We could find it. That might be another asset.
The aerodrome is where they keep all their airships parked, but I doubt they kept his there.
Aerodrome.
No, they'd likely have an impound facility for any stolen or confiscated technology.
Entrance to the aerodrome is out by the west gate. He says, looking at Blount, who seems to be writing things down.
Sorry, did you say Estgate?
Westgate.
Estgate.
If you write down the wrong direction, you're going to end up in the wrong place.
Hasn't stopped me so far.
Yes, because I've been the one walking places, and you've been following.
Oh, that makes sense. All right, well, you have to write it down then, because I'm not going to remember.
It's in the West Gate.
No. Aerodrome is the west gate. It's where they keep all their airships, where they keep everything parked. Used to be a fairly popular airport, but now it's under Garlean control, so only Garleans go through.
Perfect. We have.
And I'm the wrong kind of Garlean.
Oh.
All right. Well.
Well, perhaps something could be done about that.
Maybe. I certainly know more than most, but I am no member of the 8th Legion, and each legion has its own quirks.
Yeah.
Well, this has been marvelous. I'm sure that we have a plan going forward. Daniel, April, good to meet you. Vanitas, you as well.
One day she will learn someone's name.
I feel like that one was almost intentional, Delita says.
Oh, it certainly was.
Mikoko just sighs through her nose again.
And I start to head off to my room before, collapsing just in front of the door, because I have no hit points.
You still have your temporary hit points until you hit the thing.
Hit the floor.
But you all head off to your rooms.
Faust just sort of walks by a passed out Rowena and just kind of opens the door and rolls her in with his foot. Shuts it behind her.
So is there anything any of you are doing while you're taking either a short or long rest?
I think it's a long rest.
If anyone has anything, I'll be right back, but I do have a thing.
Okay.
I mean, I have 1,800 gil in my pocket, just jangling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I gotta see what's out there vis-a-vis gear and not terrible things. You know, maybe some more eye drops and potions.
Yeah.
Antidote or two, you know.
So you're gonna go shopping before you pass out?
Well, I mean,
Or pass
I
out
was
then
at-
go shopping.
I was at like 16, 17 hit points, so I'm hurt, but I'm not.
Yeah, 17 of
I'm
those
not
hit points were
poorly.
temporary.
Well, yeah, 17 and temporary, then 16 regular.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Jeez, must be nice.
yeah, must be nice. Yeah, I'm gonna go for a stroll real quick and see if I can't buff some of the dents out of my armor or find something shinier.
Okay.
I don't know what the prices are in this continent, so at least I got to get a feel for it. You know what I mean?
So you go around so you find there's Amal's weaponry, Amal's weaponry and Panames's protectives. These
All right.
are the weapon and armor shops.
Yep.
There is Ugri's Magics that sells enchanted items and also enchanting. There's Baton's Technics that sells sort of both instruction in a variety of different skills and also the tools to fit those skills. So if you need any particular like proficiency tools or tools like for proficiencies,
okay.
you can get them from Baton's Technics. You can also pay him to train you in specific skills over a period of time. There's Yamura's Gambits, which is similar, but they actually sell technological devices. Miguel's Sundries, where you can find that's the general store basically.
Right.
And that's basically all there is on the East End. There's also the Mutru Bazaar, which is on the west side, where you can find all manner of strange and random thing. Doesn't really have any sort of a set shop price, but sometimes you can find interesting things over there.
Let's see. Yeah.
It sounds like a lot. It sounds like a much bigger number when you're putting it in gil. We have 18 gold.
Yeah, but I don't know how much a sword costs. Could be like $2. And I only have a lance. Like I literally only have. and
I mean, yes, finding an actual spear might be a good idea for you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'd like to. I guess I'll make my way to the bazaar. I'll peek in the window of the magic shop on my way over. Is it just like weird rods and bubbling cauldrons and whatnot, or?
Yes, basically.
Yeah. I'll shake my head and keep walking to the bazaar with me.
To the bazaar with you. Go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
Oh, you know me. I'm good at these.
Mm-hmm.
That's an
There
8.
is many a strange thing in the bazaar at the moment. However, most of them are beyond your understanding. What you do understand, however, is that they are selling a wide variety of monster parts for cooking.
Ooh. That's neat.
It seems like some amount of hunters recently offloaded their goods in the bazaar, and they have a surplus of strange foods that you could purchase if you so desired. These are the kinds of foods that would have effects if you ate them.
Oh, do any of them smell good?
Lots of them smell good.
They all smell good.
Particularly the Marlboro cuts.
That's the bad plan.
Good.
How much is on the sign in front of the Marlboro cuts?
The Marlboro cuts, which are these basically almost like pork chop sized portions of this rubbery green meat.
Okay.
They are. What's the price on those? Hang on. They are 400 gil. 400 gil for one meal's worth of portion, basically.
Oh, it's so expensive. Maybe next time. And I guess I'll leave the bazaar with its gross green meat. It's expensive green meat.
It is expensive green meat. It does a very specific thing.
Sure, it does.
Can't eat it.
I'm gonna go on a limb and guess a poison breath weapon.
No. No,
It gives you bad breath.
Food provides buffs or debuffs, but not like actions typically.
Cool. Yeah, I'll go to the sword shop then. I need to find myself a spear.
All right, you go to Amal's weaponry.
You got a pike. Does a D10 damage.
Ooh. Is it reach?
Heavy reach, two-handed.
But it. Oh wow. Why wouldn't I just have a poleaxe, pike, whatever? Ugh. Oh wait, I did, but lances are cooler.
Because you specifically wanted a lance instead. That's why.
Yeah, I remember thinking back on it now. Wow. Yeah.
Yes, the pike glaive halberd dichotomy.
Yes, I remember specifically going, well, halberd is clearly superior, and then thinking, but lance.
Yes, if you wanted a pike, that would be 5 gold, which would be 500 gil.
I can't throw a pike. Well, yeah. I would love to buy a pike.
Or if you wanted a spear, that would be 1 gold or 100 gil.
Is that a D8? Is that what that is?
A spear?
I don't have the table.
A spear is a D6.
Oh, it's versatile D8. That's right.
Yeah, versatile
Well,
D8.
I don't have a shield. Ooh, are shields in the weapon shop or are shields in the armor shop?
Shields would be in Panamis's protectives. Yeah.
It's 50-50 with some of these things. You know what I mean?
Shields are at the moment 10 gold, which would be 1,000 gil.
Okay. I'm going to pick up a spear for 100 gil. Right? Yes?
Yep.
Okay. And then a shield for 1 billion gold. So 1,000 gold, yeah.
1,000 gil, 10 gold.
Yeah. It's a big
Like I
number.
said, we only have 18 gold each.
I mean, it might as well be like 10,000.
Yeah. It feels like 10,000. And then I'm going to assume that everyone else is going to want to stock up on potions and stuff, so I'll go with them when they go.
Okay.
When you count every coin as a copper, it seems a lot bigger.
Yeah.
Until you realize all the prices are marked in gold.
I mean, all my prices are marked in gil.
Yeah, they just have a couple extra zeros on them all the time.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm keeping track of all my money as copper.
So, Mikoko.
Yeah.
Well, the first thing I'd want to do is sit down for an hour and do a thing with my weaver's tools, making part of an outfit this time as opposed to a full one.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a Weaver's Tools check with dexterity.
12.
What are you trying to make?
A cloak.
You succeed in making a cloak.
Cool. So once that's done, she rolls it up, hefts it over one shoulder, and makes her way down to Faust's room.
Well,
Taps
over.
on the door.
Over, because you're on the same floor. But yeah.
Yeah. Faust
You know
will
what I
open the door in the middle, once again in that sort of like the Kylo Renning, just like shirtless, bandaging wounds.
So Mikoko just marches right in. Made you something. She holds out the cloak.
Looks down
And when
at it.
when you unroll it, you can see that it's kind of like a patchwork type deal, made from like the same bits of fabric that she'd bought previously, but deliberately cut into like it looks like it's been just pieced together out of bit different sources.
Ah, this is an excellent bit of disguise work.
So it would help the mercenary angle.
Definitely. He says he sets it down next to the rest of his armor. Thank you, Mikoko.
Also, wanted to talk.
Very well.
You remember a lot more about Cardinal than me. I don't know why.
Likely my association with the Scions and the level of detachment that I tend to have from the Eorzean populace, as it seems like those who we were close to have become the fuzziest. At least those still alive.
Also, because everyone you know is dead.
I don't. You mentioned an Archon. I know what that means. I don't see him. I only remember the fighting.
Archon Louis Soir was associated with the Scions. You likely would not have seen him up close. He would have been with the others, those whose faces I still cannot put together.
I remember more of long before Cardinal. We had to leave Alamigo behind. Came to Eorzea proper and did my best.
I remember much of my time in the 14th Legion. Faces of those that I have detached and become separated from. But I can't remember any of the names of the men that served under me. Only the man who ruled over me.
The one you opposed.
Indeed. And a few of his more significant lackeys.
There's one
I think it's the men under me that I most regret not being able to remember. Those who fought beside me and would die for me when I was in their command. And who fought for the home that they knew, even if they didn't know it was the wrong cause.
I remember my home. Alamigo. I remember I had to leave. As I guess another legion was marching through the streets. Watched the fires. And knew I had to go. I wanted to go back. But what was that going to achieve? I would have fought. I would have died.
It wasn't another legion. I can tell you that.
What? The 14th were at Alamigo.
The civil war against Theodric, if I recall his name correctly, led to instability in Alamigo. The 14th Legion saw that as an opportunity to bring them into the Empire of Garlemald. Every invasion in Eorzea has largely been led by the 7th or the 14th Legion.
Yeah, the 14th hit the 14th were in Alamigo when the 7th were invading Eorzea. The 7th were in charge of the Eorzean invasion at Cartano. It was the 7th that you were fighting at Cartano.
Yeah. We were fighting the 7th. We were battling against the 7th at Cartano. The 14th was largely keeping to itself. But the 14th were the ones who invaded Alamigo.
Mikoko looks down at the floor, just seemingly staring at nothing.
And I was the tribunus of the 14th Legion during the invasion.
Were you there?
I was. I remember seeing the fires and thinking it was a waste. That these people didn't need this invasion. It was this crack that formed in my loyalty that would eventually form the chasm between myself and Gaius van Balsar.
Goddamn, like we didn't need that.
I can't ever apologize for the actions of the 14th Legion. There is nothing I could say that would help.
You're right. Apology doesn't mean anything if you don't act on it.
Indeed. We'll make our way back to Eorzea, and we'll deal with the 14th Legion in our own way.
I hope so.
But first, we must deal with the 8th here.
Yes. If I can't go home, I can at least do something.
And so, as you reminisce on times past, remembering both the reign of Theodric, the King of Ruin, that led directly to the invasion of the Garleans of Alamigo, and return to your rooms to get your long-awaited rest, to recover from your second fairly deadly fight in as many days. Reminiscing or thinking about both your task ahead, dealing with the 8th Legion, and also the Ascians that seem to be operating in the background. That's where we're going to end for this week. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.